Okay, so my dear moths and my ladies and gents, this is the Colonial Basket. Now this is going to be a bit complicated. And I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do it now. I have 6 that have one been saved. Let's see now. Anne, Jan, T, Laura, Maria, Karen M, and Melissa F. I'm saving 6 back for those. This is where it becomes complicated because they're not all the same. So first I'm going to go over the instructions. As with the Heart and Hands, I have a placement chart to follow, and everything has a number. Even, I better get up for that one. Even the leaves. I have the leaves numbered. And they're numbered here in the all those leaves. I'll sit down so there's no, those leaves, I can imagine. I would never make this basket again because it's so much stitching. But they go fast though. I mean, it's good wool and they're not many stitches to a leaf. Now, I also wanted to mention about the stitching. It's a bit decorative. There's some French knots. There's French knots in the flowers. Flowers have the little decorative stitching. So it's your choice whether you want to do that or not. I'm going to have, what do I have here? It's not a very large, yeah, I think it's quite large. It's large enough that you can see the decorative stitching. So you can just go by that if you want to do it. Now, the first thing I should mention is these little cutouts. You have an extra piece. I don't have it here, but I'm going to use scrap because I have so much. But when you cut the basket, you need to cut a small piece to put inside before you stitch the basket on. It doesn't have to be another basket. It just needs to cover those openings because when you stitch it, it's a different color than the base. You'll notice that it's a different color. Now, the basket also cut a little bit on, that's a little bit to just leave extra because you want to have this to come over the basket and not butt to it. So these two go over the dark brown. Now, as to the stems, and you'll notice I did the stitching, I did it on both sides for that. And I did that for the leaves too. You notice that. What I'm going to do, and I don't have it here today, I usually don't cut all of the kits. The wool is dyed and the pieces are rough cut, but then I tidy them up. Well, Brother Moth tidies them up. And I'm going to cut small pieces, long pieces, to send for the stems. So you won't need to cut your stems. You're just going to have to put them in place and then clip them for however long you want them to be. The reason I didn't have it today is, well, this is the thing. Brother Moth is kind of flying high a bit right now. I was really cautious for him to cut those. So there was no way he was cutting stems because I don't have the wool to waste. And, well, it's really kind of interesting. He's flying high in the afternoon. Jack's coming for his date, and it's an interesting evening. Really, it is. So anyway, you will have those. Brother Moth will do them in the morning, and then he'll do them for each kit. Now, this is where it gets complicated, because I made a mistake when I cut the blanket for the base. This is a blanket that looks, I don't have the photo, but there is a photo that it's sort of close up that you can see the type of background, the blanket, and this is very close. This was the blanket that was pink on one side and yellow on the other. And you have a choice. You can do this side, which was pink, and it's like a sandy color. Or this was the yellow side. So we'll take this one first. Okay. And there's really not much for that. It's the basket, which is this. And I'll put those up so you can see. This is the yellow side. Isn't that pretty? It's just, and it's so soft. It's not that scratchy type wool. This is very soft. It is wool, but it's just, and this is the pink side. Oh, there's a little thing here. Okay, that's the pink side. So both will work. It's just your choice. This is the basket, and for the basket, you only need one basket and number 3 flower. So you just see you'll have extras. So if you want to put a dark one here, a dark one here, and a dark one here, you can. Or you can change all of those because you have extra wool. So by all means, do your own thing and design your own. So that's for the basket. These are for the extra flowers, which in this, it's those, and they're on both sides, so it's only 2 flowers there. So you have lots of that. You also have the inside of the flowers, so you can mix and match. You have enough wool to do that. And then you have, and see, let's put these together. See, they're so nice. They go really nice together. And then you have the gray. The gray is for your bottom and top of your basket and your little flowers. Now, remember, you're going to have long strips of cut for your stems. I don't have them here, but you'll have them. Now, this is good so far. This is where it gets complicated. Because I used the whole blanket. Unfortunately, I cut it wrong. So I could have got quite a few this size. And I do want to show you this. Oh. This is the actual pattern that you have. And the base, what I have of these, is this much larger. So, don't think it's good for a cushion. I think it's a little big for a cushion. You can always cut it down if you want to, if you get this this kit. But you can always, and I thought it would be nice to have this as a table mat instead of a cushion, because mine was only a cushion. Now, the only binding that I have is the same as I did on Minnie's Menagerie, but I think it's very nice for this. It works well. And just a little binding. And it's so good for binding because it has the stripes. So just a little binding, that would look wonderful, because these are your darks to go with it. And these. So it really fits nice with it. So this is the largest one I have. Let's see where it go here. This one is about 18.5 by 14. Now, this is where the problem comes in. I have 6 of those. There are 6 people that have their name in for a kit. So I decided that wouldn't work. I have lots of this. I have lots of this, lots of the colors, lots of the binding. I just messed up on this one. So I have 6 of those. The pieces that I cut wrong are this size. And I'll put this against this. It's a bit smaller, and it should have been ironed. And it will fit, right? It's just about, it goes here, and then it's where? Down here. So it's going to be cut off about there, so you may need to put that flower different. However, I only have 2 of those, and that is about 12 by 17. Those are going to be the seconds, $58 for those. They'll have the binding, everything. It's just that the base is smaller. So I have 2 of those. So I'm going to put the sizes in when I list them. And then you'll have to go by that. This is the small rectangle. The other thing is, which I don't have here, I have, what do I have? I have 4 that are 16, which is like that, by 14, 16 by 14. So it's almost the size of a cushion, and those would fit for a cushion. So those are going to be seconds at $58 as well. So be careful. I'll say cushion size, and I'll say small mat size for this one, because there's only 2. So I have all told 6 seconds in this. Now, this is where it gets interesting. If that wasn't interesting enough and more complicated than it should be, 2 o'clock this morning, I got up and I decided I would try another blanket. And I have another blanket that I will get 6 out of for that. Isn't that pretty? It's not like the original. The original was lighter, but I have to move to get up there. But this is really nice wool. Really nice. So I'm going to have 6 of those. Now, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. What would that be? The medium brown base, that's what I'll say. And this one, these I'll say yellow and pink base. And this is a medium brown base. So that's how they'll be listed. But these are all the same. And they look really nice. This is a large size, so it's good. But I think I actually prefer this one. Of course, I always like that wool anyway. And this is the, that and the leaves and the flowers. So I think that's really nice. And this one is 78. So also, this is the binding that will go with it. And it looks really nice. So now, just to recap, because I know this is complicated. Even for me, it's complicated. I have 6 of these. 18.5 by 14, and these are all the colors, and it has binding. Okay, and I have 6 with this base, 6 of the yellow and pink base, 6 of the medium brown base, and those are full kits at $78. Then I have seconds, which is 2 of this size, which it's just that it'll fit, but you can turn your flowers more. And I didn't want to waste the wool. I didn't want to cut this in pennies. It's such a shame. And then I have 4 of 16 by 14, which is very close to a cushion size, 16 by 16. So I have 4 of those. So I have 6 seconds at $58. 4 are the size of a cushion, 16 by 14. 2 are this size for $58. Everything else is included. It's just that the size is different. So the problem comes in, I do not know. My 6 moths that have spoken for kits, I don't know which one you want. That's the problem. So I'm hoping you will look at this tonight. I'm going to try, hopefully post it on Facebook. If not, it should be there because I'll get up really early tomorrow morning and do it. So I'm hoping those of you, Anne and Jan, Laura, Maria, Karen, and Melissa, that commented that you wanted a kit saved, could you please put down below this, not on YouTube, just on Facebook when I post the, on our group where I post on Moths, put in the comments which one you would like. And then tomorrow morning, whatever is left, I will put on my website. And tonight, I'm going to put the heart and hands. So I hope that's not too complicated. It's complicated for me, and I should know what I'm doing, so I don't know. Okay, well, it definitely is Jack time. I have to upload these videos, and hopefully Facebook works, but soon. Have a wonderful evening, everyone.